Welcome back, lit mujeres, lit ladies, everybody that's been in our community. Just welcome. This is going to be, you guys, our last episode for season 1. It's been 25 episodes with you all, and my heart is very full. Our heart is very full, I should say, because without you ladies, we wouldn't be here. And all the support that you guys have given us through YouTube, Instagram, whatever social media platform that you've been and you've just been exposed to us. Just thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your love, your comments, for shooting all of those DMs. Like, we're just so grateful. And just to think where Lit was before and where we're at now has been just an incredible journey. Like, it all started off as an idea by the amazing TATI, Tatiana over here, where she got us together. It was just like brewing in her mind, and she decided to just voice it out and bring us together. And it's been a lot of work behind the scenes, a lot of learning from us three, because we are all doing this very solo, but luckily we're all in this together. And it's just been so much fun. Like, I feel like when I think about Lit Latinas in Transformation, like, our vision, our purpose, our why was so deep. That's why we're all here. Like, from LUPE working on her own business, like being, a hormone holistic health coach. And then from TATI, also working with somatic experiencing and helping women to see the power in that. And then from me, right, like working with surrender and helping you rise in every way possible. Like, it's just amazing how we've combined all of our expertise, our creativity, our magic into one space to help you all. And that's what we hope we're doing, because if we're not, you better tell us, all right? That's all I'm saying. Like, if we're not doing that, you need to let us know right away. But from all the feedback that we've received, I feel like what our why was essentially is what you're all feeling. And that, to me, is priceless. Like, I am really grateful for the journey. Like, that's how I feel right now. I'm grateful. What about you ladies? Like, how do you feel? Like, we're almost closing up season 1. Kind of even feels like a Netflix series, like when you're watching your favorite like show and then you're like, it's ending. Why?
I know. Oh my gosh. I feel like, thinking back to how we first started and it just started off as an idea. And I think that the three of us just share very similar values and interests. And I know that we talked about this in episode 1 where we talked about why we started the podcast in the first place, but I feel like it still stands true, right? Like, I just feel like the reason that this works is because of all of our personalities and our interests and our values and just like the way that we show up in the world. And I feel like that's what our energies, right? Like, I feel like that's what really helped us have a successful first season. And I just feel super impressed by us. I feel like we've grown as humans. I feel like we've grown as speakers, as podcasters, as business owners, and I feel like behind the scenes, obviously, the audience doesn't know this, but we've had CEO days, right? And I feel like it's just kind of been like the entire process has been just a learning opportunity and growth opportunity in so many different ways. And I feel like we have grown as humans and as business owners and as all of the things that I just listed.
Yes, girl, you say it. Yes.
I'm excited for what season 2 has in store for us. I feel like it's just going to be bigger and better, and I hope that all of you can really feel our energies and feel that we truly just want to spread awareness and want all of you to grow and truly thrive, and I hope that you can feel all of that energy from the three of us. So yeah, I'm grateful that we started this in the first place. Thank you two ladies for just being open to, I don't know, going with my crazy idea. I feel like I have so many ideas, and most of the time my experiences have been like, oh, people are fear takes over and people don't it's too risky, and I have never been able to like meet people who are kind of like at that same level where they hear an idea and they're like, "Yes, let's do it," and just like run with it. And I feel like that's what I experienced with the two of you. And so I feel like I'm happy that, we were able to just like run with this idea.
Yeah, it feels
Happy.
natural. It feels natural.
Yeah.
And like I think for me it's become such a norm that I'm like, oh yeah, weekly we meet, or even if it's not to record, it's for our CEO days. And I think that it's hard to believe that we've done all these episodes and that I've edited half of them.
And she's the editing queen, by the way, y'all.
Yes.
All of these amazing edits that you've seen have been by Lupe, all right?
Yeah.
I love editing, but I thank you for introducing me to a different type of editing. And I think that, like I said, it just comes normal to me and it doesn't feel like a job, which is, I know what Tati tried to emphasize on when she recruited us. She's like,
Yes.
I don't want it to feel like another job. And it's just a platform, one for our listeners, but two for ourselves. And I think that that's what has kept me going, honestly. And I'm very thankful for you ladies and to our audience, because like we learn from each other. They give us ideas, they give us input, and then you ladies, share your experiences and your inputs as coaches as well. And I'm like in awe because of all this beautifulness that we can create, just the three of us. Imagine what we can create as a community. So I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what season 2 brings. Definitely a lot of learning has happened throughout this season. And yeah, I still feel like, did we really do this? But that's just who I am. Anytime I accomplish anything. But again, I think the reason that that feels that way is because it doesn't feel like an extra job or an extra activity. It's just like, yeah, I'm talking to my ladies this week. Like, that's a Tuesday thing or that's a Saturday thing. And yeah, so I'm just grateful to be here, to be part of this, and to be able to experience this. And I hope that, like Tati said, the listeners can feel that and can hear that in our voices, or see that in many cases if you're watching YouTube, our excitement and our want to like share all of what we have to share and what we don't know, because throughout this process we're also learning from each other. So
And we have grown. And you know what? The analytics show it because y'all, if you know behind the scenes, I'd be checking the analytics to see how
yes.
much we've grown. And it's not about the numbers, but it's just seeing the engagement that we're seeing on YouTube, on Spotify, on Instagram. It truly amazes me because from starting from zero to then gaining the followers that we've had, or the views or the impressions, like, yo, it just shows that this matters to you all. And I'm grateful for that journey. I'm grateful for all of your guys' input to help us be better as well. And we also hope that it's also helped you redefine what leadership looks like. Because I feel like as we've stepped into this level of podcasting, which is crazy to think, because like I told Tati, I had this on my vision board that I wanted to be a podcaster. All right, y'all, before I launched my own thing. And starting off with Lit has been such a beautiful thing because I told Tati, like, thanks to you, I became a podcaster. Like, what? Like, this is so real and so cool. And learning the analytics, learning what works and what doesn't work here. And not because, again, we're trying to get people to just view us. No, like, we want intentionally, like Lupe said, to create a community, a movement of women who truly do believe in this vision, that believe in our values, and want to get to better spaces, that want to be transforming, and that are creating a beautiful life, whether it's taking care of their health more, being able to go into their bodies more and actually listen to their body, experience their body and their sensations for the first time, and whether it's redefining what surrendering means, right? Like, y'all are already amazing human beings, but you're becoming even better, more of a light in this world that needs you more than ever. And you guys are spreading that light. We're just really grateful that you've allowed our platform, our space, to be that home for you to come in here, to listen, to take whatever it is that serves you, and then to go apply it and live a better life in your own terms. Like, we're honored to be in that space. And kind of like when we take it back to that episode of our, embracing our tears more, we hope that, for me, the way I view this is that it's such a privilege, even though we don't get to see the listeners on the other side living the lives that they're choosing to live right now. but what a privilege it is to have you in this space. What an honor it is to be able to speak into your hearts, into your minds, into your souls, for you guys to take the steps necessary to change your life for the better because you want that. I'm very honored. I'm very privileged. And even as my own self-development, as Lupe said, this was a lot of learning. This was a lot of, embracing what it means to be a leader, right? Because again, like, we're hoping that we can show you what leadership can also look like from a heart-centered place, from embracing feminine and masculine energy all together, from showing you that it's also possible to work with other women, to be empowered by other women, women of color, whatever it may be, right? But to show you that our world can thrive through spaces like this. Because I think that for me, for example, I've met a lot of great women, kind of like what you said, Tati, but sometimes there can be competition even amongst women because we want to get to certain spaces quicker and whatnot. But this space has not been any of that. Like, our hearts have truly led every step of the way. Have we had to kindly remind each other, like, hey, you're overstepping, or hey, can we accommodate here, or hey, can we look at it a different way? Yeah, we've had those, and none of you guys have seen that behind the scenes. And, but it's allowed us to grow as better leaders and to support each other, most importantly, so we can keep going and reminding ourselves of our why and why we're doing this. And I want to thank you, ladies, because you guys have given me the space to be more vulnerable, which that I've been vulnerable with y'all. And it's not easy for me, but you guys have given me that space to be vulnerable and to show up in that vulnerability with my leadership skills as well. That is an honor because I didn't even know that part of me was there. I knew she was very hidden, but she's starting to come up more and more. And I'm just really grateful to be learning that about myself. And yeah, I'm just really grateful even to our speakers that were on here, like Alexis Becerra and Jasmine Escalera. Like, they were our two guest speakers here on the LUPE podcast, and we saw that a lot of y'all loved and engaged on that. So thank you for, tuning in, and thank you for our amazing speakers for season 1 for being a part of this journey. Like, again, like, I can't wait to see what season 2 has because it's going to be more lit. I just know it. It's going to be more lit.
I agree.
Oh my gosh. Edie, you said something so important. I feel like the women in competition piece is like, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I've never been in spaces where I didn't feel like women were in competition. And I feel like we need more spaces where women are not in competition. And that's one of the reasons why I love us so much, because I feel like we all have that in common, and like, we know that every single woman can win, and every woman, like, we can support all women, and it doesn't take less, or it doesn't like,
take away from us.
It doesn't take away from us. Thank you, Lupe. Also, in this little the brain farts that I have, I feel like that's another, that's another piece of, I think, like, gratitude that I hold on to, because I feel like the two of you are so non-judgmental and understanding when I have these brain farts, and like, you're just like, you just accept me for who I am. And I feel like I also show a different side of me here than I do on my own podcast. For example, my own podcast is a little bit more serious because it's just me. I can't like joke around with anybody, right? I can't like say, but I feel like here I can show this different side of me, and I am a little bit more silly, and I am a little bit more like, what am I saying? Do you know what I mean? And like, the words aren't always flowing, and I get to just be a human. And yes, I am a leader. I feel confident in my expertise, but I also get to just be me. And being me means that I'm not going to say things perfectly. And I just love that the two of you can accept that side of me, but also the audience, because you keep coming back. You keep listening to our episodes. And so I just want to share that and thank the two of you, but also thank the audience for accepting the rawness, the authenticity, the humanness, and just our silly, messy selves.
I love that, because I was thinking that same thing. Like, we've created this environment and I've said this, and I think we've all said this at some point, that we understand each other. And so how beautiful it is that someone is capable of understanding where we're at and now can relate as well. I think the relating part is important because that's why we created this, because how many more other women out there aren't feeling the same way, aren't going through the same thing, aren't feeling like, oh, I don't have a group of friends who maybe don't make me feel judged, or I don't have a group of friends who don't make me feel like I'm competition. Like that was the purpose of this, to create that. And it's funny because we knew that that was a purpose, but at the same time, even then we still evolved as with each other, knowing that, oh wait, she really isn't judging me. Oh wait, she actually does understand me. Like, simple example, recently I haven't been as productive. Immediately I went more internal and was like, Tati, help me. But I can't go to other people and say like, oh, I'm just not feeling productive. They're not going to entice me to ask me these questions, right? Of like, well, what's wrong? What's the underlying cause type thing? Versus, someone who understands you, understands your journey, understands all that you've been through. They can almost like, oh, maybe it's this. They can almost pinpoint, right? And so I don't have that outside of here, right? And so I'm thankful for that. And I hope that, like Tati said, if the listeners are coming back, it's because they hear something. It's they hear that they can relate to something that we're saying or, introducing them to. And I want that to evolve. And I want that. Now this is me manifesting and goal, but setting goals.
Go for it. Yes. Do it. I'm all for it.
Like, I'm a big podcaster. Like, I love listening to podcasts because I learn so much from them. And I want that to be for our podcast. But all the podcasts I genuinely listen to, not that there's anything wrong with it, but they're not that many that I listen to that are women of color. And I don't, half the time I can't relate, or I can to some extent, but like the other day I was listening to a podcast about health, and both the guest speaker and the host are Caucasian. So the recommendations aren't stuff that I'm gonna eat. So things like that I wish that we could be that trendsetter that brings, other people. Maybe
we are. I'm like, yes. If there's anybody that wants to collab with us, more women of color, influence, all that, we got you.
And that's where I'm getting at, where I want this to, one, encourage either other women to start their own podcast. Like, you can do this. And two, calling out anyone else who wants to collab and wants to join and be a guest and talk to other women. Like, don't be afraid. Like, we can do this together. And if we can be the three trendsetters that create this platform, like, why not? That was the goal from the get-go. And not that we've forgotten it, but it's a good, like, what's it called? End to our season 1 to remember that we've genuinely have grown into people that can appreciate each other even more because of the different stages we've gone through. And even throughout this whole season 1, we've all gone through different stages. And I can appreciate that because, as Tati says, we haven't sat here in judgment of each other. We've, on the contrary, used that to elevate each other and help each other. And how do we continue to grow?
100%. Oh, Lupe, that was so well said. That was so good. And I love that you also invited our audience to be a part of this journey, right? Because it's literally, that's why we created this space, is to invite more Latinas, more women of color who are doing amazing things out there. And we want people to know where you're at, who you are, who are you serving, right? Like, that is so important to us because it is true. I even relate to that, Lupe, where a lot of the people that I follow on a podcast or a YouTube, they don't look like me at all. They don't sound like me. They don't go Spanglish or whatever it may be, or wear these crazy earrings, right? That none of them look like me. None. And we need more of that. We need to show our younger women out there that we can take up space, and not from a place of bragging or anything like that, but it's to be able to show the world that we also still belong in spaces like these, and to show what it is possible, and to show that other women out there are doing amazing things. And so I love that you highlighted that, because that is very important. And that is why we here at LIT, or Latinas in Transformation, believe in that so deeply. Yeah. But are there anything else that you guys want to just from your hearts? What is, or actually, oh, wait, hold up. What are you guys hoping for season 2? Because I know we're all recapping about season 1, our amazing guest speakers, our why, how we've evolved, but what are we most excited about for season 2? Like, do you guys have anything that you're looking forward to? Is there any intentions? I know, Lupe, you just manifested for us, but like, is there anything else in your heart that is exciting that you guys want to just put it out there? And yes, just share with me. Share.
I
I
think.
won't lie. Oh, go ahead, Tati.
Oh,
Yes,
go
go,
ahead.
go, go, go. No,
No,
you go.
I have something really quick to say. I think I'm just really looking forward to more of, yeah, just like the raw conversations. That's something that really just like fills my soul, to continue to have like I don't know, like rawness and meaningful conversations. And I think that's something that I'm looking forward to continue to say the things that aren't being said enough.
Yes.
Like the conversations that aren't being had enough about really important topics, or just about like personal experiences. That's something that I'm looking forward to.
Mhm.
Oh, so good.
I love
Yes.
that. Oh, wait, let me piggyback off that because I've been feeling that. And now that you've said that, I'm going to bring it. But for season 2, I want to bring that, like the same way I just gave that example of that podcast episode I heard. I was like, where's my like Latin cultural like foods that you can implement, right? So I want to be not afraid to speak up more for our people in our environment, in our womanhood of our cycles. Like, how can I bring more of that to this so that people like us that look like us can hear what we too go through, but also how do we continue to evolve and learn from each other in that sector of our cycle, and not be afraid to talk about it, because for a lot of first gen women the topic of cycle was never spoken to in an elaborate way, right? So how do we open up to that and get curious around it even more? So that's what I want to bring to here, so that next season, maybe the same way I feel about listening, like Edie's just said, a lot of people don't look like me, but what if they do see us? And now I'm actually talking about a topic, or we're talking about a topic that they actually care about or struggling with. Let's do it. I'm ready to take the tape off and just start talking.
Oh, I like that. Take the tape off so you can start talking. That is good. Yes, because as we've evolved in this podcast and even just having this space to do so, I think we've definitely found our voice. And the beautiful thing too is that I'm excited to see like how our voice will continue to amplify and evolve as we continue to speak up for what is right, for what people need to hear more of, like you said, Tati, because it is true. I think we live in a world right now where speaking up can feel very scary. It can feel like, especially for people that look like us, that maybe we shouldn't take up too much space, because like, do we want to feed the stereotypes of we're too much, or like, do we want to not say anything because we're trying to play it safe? And I've been thinking a lot about that too, that when we're silencing our voices, we're not empowering each other at all. We're staying in the same places, like how sometimes the society wants to build it as, and for it to continue to be. And we don't deserve to be in those places anymore. Like you said, Lupe, like we are going to take off the tape so we can keep amplifying our voices and people can hear us and advocate, right? Like as you were speaking, I was like, oh, you were just talking like a true advocator right there. Because I feel like that is what we need more of. And I'm excited to also see some of that. So kind of like piggyback on both of you guys, because we do need the raw, unfiltered conversations more and more, because honestly, y'all, we're all human. No one is perfect in this journey. And I feel like the more and more we've allowed ourselves to be vulnerable, it's been amazing to see how much you guys have been receiving that. So I definitely want to continue more of that, because I think more than ever, we need those vulnerable, raw, unfiltered spaces where we can truly connect on what's going on in our day-to-day lives, and that it's not this polished version like what you would see sometimes on Instagram and whatnot. Like, we're going to give you the real human experience, I feel like, in season 2, and just continue to advocate for what we believe in and what feels right for our community, right? Because again, this is why we essentially made it. But when I think about like what I'm excited for and what I want to see more of, I guess that one's kind of hard because I'm in this season of my life where I just want God to blow our minds, but in the best way possible, or like the universe to blow our minds. And I want to leave it open to the universe, to God, to allow us to see what is going to be created. I think for me, I just want to continue to see more of our listeners too. And again, to see new listeners pop in and resonate with our, content and our wisdom and apply the expertise that we're trying to share with them so they can keep transforming their lives. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it open because not because I want to minimize us, but because I literally want us to be blown out of our minds to be like, yo, that was season 2. What the heck? Like, this is freaking amazing. Like, we just evolved, kind of like what you said, Lupe, like embracing that evolution of change and just to see like where we evolve and change too. Like, that's what, and that includes the listeners as well. Like, I want us to be all mind blown, like, all of these crazy, amazing, beautiful things are going to keep showing up for us, the most aligned things for us in season 2.
Also, we just want to invite the listeners to like comment on our YouTube channel or Spotify or wherever you listen to this podcast. Comment on the topics that you want us to talk about and you want us to address because we're here for you. And so, the more that you share with us what you really want us to talk about, the more that we can make sure that those are being addressed and talked about. And we want to continue to support you. So, yeah.
Yes.
Sure you
Oh,
comment and
yes. That would be great. And we'll also add our email on here, y'all, because if you're kind of like a private person and you don't want to put the comments out there on either Instagram or YouTube or lo que sea, we can put our email there so that way you can share with what topics you would like to hear. If you are a business owner or a woman that's doing amazing things out there as well, like also let us know if you are wanting to be a speaker here and you're like, I want to be a guest speaker on the LUPE podcast and I want to make that happen somehow. Let us know too. Like, shoot your shot, like do it. Like, we want to encourage that and then we'll move from there. But I want to encourage our listeners because kind of like what Tati said, like this all started off as an idea. We made it happen. We got together and we completed 25 episodes for season 1 and we're still going to keep moving forward. But it all started as an idea. And Tati also shot her shot by asking us to start this and look at where we're at now. So I do want to encourage the listener to shoot your shot, even if it's just sharing your topic of interest of what you want to hear more of for season 2. You're already stepping into a transformational step by you just doing that. You're building confidence. You're putting yourself out there. You're becoming more bold and moxie, whatever it is that you want to call yourself. But like that is powerful because that is how we're going to lead ourselves to getting, into spaces where we're embracing vulnerability and just the raw and the unfiltered to then being the advocate to then shooting our shot to be visible and just showing more women that people like us do belong in spaces like this.
Mm-hmm. Snap, snap.
So just connecting everything because, yeah, we're just so grateful for you guys. Thank you for tuning in for 25 episodes. Like, what an honor it's been to have you all be a part of this journey. And I know that season 2 is just about to be more lit, more everything. So just be ready.
should we share when we're coming back or should we leave it as a surprise?
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh, well, because this is our homies. These are our lit mujeres out here, our litty girls. I think they deserve to know when we'll be back.
Can't leave them hanging. Can't leave
Yeah. So y'all, we're really excited because season 2, episode 1 will be aired on August 25th of 2025. So yes, we are taking a summer break because again, we want you to be ladies for summer. We want you to have fun, whether it's enjoying a nice juice, going on vacation with your family, loved ones, friends, lo que sea. But we're going to give you this time to rest. If you haven't caught up to the episodes, mujeres, like you have time. So there's no excuses. And then for our new listeners who are about to embark on this new community, y'all just be ready. I know. We're funny. We're the best. We're a little funny. We have a lot of wisdom here and there. We hope you like us and that you continue to, come into season 2. But yes, we will be back on August 25th, 2025. So
Save the date. Mark it on your
yes.
calendars.
Yes, save it, because we will be back and it will still be aired on Monday. So you'll catch all the juicy things, and we just can't wait to continue to have you be a part of this journey.
Yes.
But any closing remarks, ladies? No?
Enjoy
All
your
right.
summer.
Yeah, enjoy your summer. Yes, enjoy your summers. Be liddies. Have all this, fun with your families. Again, remember, live your life presently, create that quality of life. Use all the tools that we've shared in the past. Embrace the tears, whatever comes up. Because remember, I know not everything is going to be joyful and all sun and rainbows, but we hope that the tools that we've provided in these episodes help you embrace the season that you're in, embrace the raw, vulnerable, deep feelings that we experience, but that there's light at the end of the tunnel, y'all. You are still lit. You are going to continue to shine your light, and you are going to keep transforming, because that's what you're doing every single day, whether you know this or not. So enjoy your summer, stay lit, and remember, we will be back August 25th. Save it in your calendar, and we will see you all for season 2 very soon. But take care, and again, stay lit.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on LUPE Podcast. We hope this conversation has ignited a spark within you so that you keep embracing your journey.
Remember, transformation takes time, but every step brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a review.
Let's continue this journey together. Until next time, stay lit and keep transforming.